What's up, guys? So a lot of people are now getting to level 50 in the fresh start servers, and now they're trying to wondering what to do for gear. Taking a look here at the top of the leaderboards here in the gear score. So 3,340 plus 270 is the top right here. Let's take a look at the equipment and see what they're wearing to get that gear score. So it's Aurora gear with some honor gems in there. Looks like all Celestial. So Celestial buff, a unique shield, and then Cursed Obsidian Katana. So by looking at other people's gear, you can kind of see what gear you should be aiming for. You can check the gear score in the ranking information. You go down to the bottom right in community, and then it will say, or actually it's the bottom right, it's ranking information, and you pull that up and you can pull up your server and see what's going on. So let's check out Reckoning and see, wow, we actually have a stronger player here on our server than on Reckoning. It's pretty crazy. 3340 and 3315, so very, very close right there. Let's take a look down at the top 100, so 2,901, and for us, it fades off here at 2797, and it shows you your current gear score. So we're currently at 2,255, which is not too bad at all, as I've only invested about 100 gold into my gear because I'm not really big into PvP and fighting. But this is, I mean, that's a pretty decent, respectable gear score. We're probably in the top 500 here, maybe top 1,000 on the server with this gear score. And let's show you what we're actually wearing ourselves. So all greens. We don't even have earrings, which could bump up our gear score as well. So we definitely have room for improvement there. No undergarments yet. All Aurora gear. So this, I mean, there's a lot of options that you have at level 50, but the only one that makes any sense whatsoever to me is the Aurora gear. The Lost Garden weapons and the Aurorian armor pieces. So these are just throwaway rings that we've had from way back when. And the reason it makes so much sense is because they're insanely cheap. Everything else is very, very expensive. If you look at it, a whole set of gear, like I said earlier, only costs me 100 gold. You can buy weapons for 10 gold here. You can buy blue weapons now for 15 gold. It just depends on what's out there on the auction house. And these are really good weapons, guys. Not only are they pretty damn strong, but they also have their restore HP. That's a nice little bonus buff right there that you get to use. And then for the armors, they all have specialty traits that boost up specific skills. And look at this. You can buy this piece of armor for just 2 gold. That's an insanely good deal right there. So you can probably gear up now. The prices have actually looked like dropped a little bit more. You can probably gear up for about 60 or 70 gold now to get a whole full level 50 set of armor and weapon. It's craziness right there. You do want to try and get the best that you can kind of afford. So maybe go all arcane. So you get that arcane buff, which is not too expensive at all, especially if you are big into PvP and want to be competitive. A full arcane set will actually be very, very strong at this stage of the game. If you want to go crazy, you can try to get the full heroic set, which would probably cost you maybe about 500 gold. I mean, I don't even know if it's possible to get a unique set, but you can see unique sets are going to get you really, really expensive here. And it's definitely not worth it to invest in this. You don't want to put too much money into this because this is a gear that really won't go anywhere. It can't get that much stronger. You're not going to be having it for that long of a time. The next step is you want to buy Obsidian Gear or craft Obsidian Gear. Obsidian Gear right now is something that you can't really do because it's very, very expensive. And this weapon is the exact same power as the Lost Garden weapon. So we have an Odachi right here, and if we go and look at the Lost Garden weapon, it's going to be the exact same power level. Strength, DPS is going to be the same. The only difference is the equipped effect. So this is the only difference right now. The best thing about Obsidian is that you can regrade it, and it does not have RNG to go up. So you're going to regrade it in the future, and then hopefully when you craft it up further, making it stronger, you can bring it all the way up to level 7 in Obsidian, and that's actually the strongest weapons in the game at tier 7 Obsidian, or the best weapons in the game. They also have the passive effects. So this is where you invest all your money into, is these Obsidian weapons, and you typically want to regrade them at the very first tier. Regrading them there, getting them as high as possible that you are willing to risk it. Generally, people take them all the way up to Celestial or Divine, and then they start crafting them up, hoping that they get a lucky proc to either get the Divine or the Epic as they craft it up to tier 7. You could go crazy and craft it all the way and take that gamble and go up to Epic, and then, pray to RNGs that you get the Legendary, or maybe even double proc and getting it up to Mythic, getting 2 of those, because you do craft it 6 times up to tier 7, so you do have those opportunities. Every time that you craft a weapon, it can't actually go up a grade. It can never go down a grade when you craft a weapon. So, same thing with armor. Your armor will always stay at the same grade that it has, but it has the potential to craft up and proc into a better version. Anyway, guys, that is what I think you should do. There are dungeon gears and quest gears that you can get as well. Hasla is also another option, but Hasla is just not worth it anymore. I've seen a lot of people on the Fresh Start server, since they're old returning players from Alpha Beta, running Hasla, and that is just, it's so funny, like, because Hasla has not been relevant for like 2 years. No one runs Hasla. Hasla weapons are just garbage. You don't need them. There's better alternatives that are way cheap. Like I showed you that Lost Garden weapon, like 10 gold for a solid weapon right here. This stuff is amazing, guys. Stock up on this, gear out with the Lost Garden weapons. Highly recommend just probably going all greens for now, and then working on your Obsidian with all that money that you're going to be saving. Thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you guys later.